What's the real worth of a story? In film and literature, that's more often than not why you're there. It's part of the sell. Yes, many modern Hollywood blockbusters have ratios weighted towards action and CG spectacle, but as a passive medium, where the audience isn't an active participant in what's happening, story and narrative, or just general thematic propulsion, have to take center stage at some point, lest we not care and come out the other end thinking we've wasted our time. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to stay notified. Ding, ding, done. In video games, mechanics can make up for a ton of storytelling shortcomings. Look to the very early likes of Space Invaders, Pong and Tetris. I mean, hell, look to the original Legend of Zelda or Super Mario. The former titles had nothing but mechanics, and for Zelda in particular, Nintendo barely included any semblance of story in-game, leaving the whys and wherefores of what's going on inside the accompanying instruction manual. Naturally, both this and Mario went on to further change entertainment history, establishing the NES in North America and helping Nintendo become a global brand and household name. This general approach to the medium thrived throughout the late 80s and early 90s, as though we got relative one-offs like Secret of Mana or even Super Metroid's closing battle bringing in great characterization and poignant finales respectively, the world's eyes were on Sonic the Hedgehog, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat and Doom. Why? Because their mechanics were front and center. The draw was platforming, shooting, fighting, controlling. Carry this through the 90s and we had the monumental release of Metal Gear Solid, showcasing all manner of Hollywood-aping features like professionally delivered voice acting and cinematically shot cutscenes. It was a huge, unprecedented success, and as the increasingly bombastic likes of the PS2 were shown off, gaming entered into an age of trying to mimic Hollywood more than ever. It can be said that this idea of a film being the ultimate goal of any creative work is a skewed one, but it's certainly evident across the 2000s that many developers gave it their best shot. What can now be seen retrospectively as a golden age of storytelling is evident across everything from Metal Gear Solid to Uncharted. Even EA made a point of devoting huge amounts of money and resources into creating movie-level video games. 007 Everything or Nothing had everything from an original theme and score to casting calls for Bond girls and big-name actors across the board, yet it never crossed over to the silver screen. The Godfather games had this treatment too, as did the Simpsons game, with EA's own non-sport releases like Medal of Honor and Dead Space championing a presentation that channeled Hollywood and showcased thematics over gameplay and in-depth mechanics. Today, that mentality has dissipated, especially in the AAA space. The likes of CD Projekt Red and Naughty Dog feel rare as hell, with even franchises like Assassin's Creed fully embracing gameplay frameworks that favor open-world mission design, grinding, and skill trees. GTA Online, Overwatch, Minecraft, Rocket League, Fortnite, PUBG, Star Wars Battlefront, Destiny, Shadow of War, The Division, many have been major critical successes and financial juggernauts, delivering an exquisitely polished idea that's just plain fun to play, while others kinda crashed and burned. Of course, it is true that stories haven't gone away, but it's entirely the case that the Activisions, EAs, and Ubisofts of the world are looking for ways to create play spaces that a consumer will sit in for hours upon hours at a time, ready to cough up the cash for a season pass, incoming DLC pack, or microtransaction that will bolster the experience. It brings into stark relief just how necessary a story or overarching narrative is to a video game. Our beloved medium has proven it can contend with and financially dominate Hollywood, and now we're seeing a return to the arcade mentalities that were around when video games first arrived. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you enjoyed and discussed with a group of friends or workmates a truly brilliant video game story? When did we all last discuss a monumental cliffhanger, a character's betrayal, or a specific hero's journey? We're more likely to trade Fortnite tower building strategies, and while there's nothing wrong with that, to come full circle, what is The Legend of Zelda now? An open world, experimentation heavy, exploration encouraging combination of systems that entirely favor gameplay, with storytelling being some of the most nondescript in the entire franchise, just like it was back in 1986. But enough from me, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think stories were something of a fad only really brought to the forefront across the 2000s? And is it now a returning age of gameplay mechanics? Regardless, I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon.
Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Aren't you a star? Don't forget to subscribe below, and also the people who made this video, they're right here, so go and follow them and give them some love. If you want to see more content, there's probably some stuff flowing up above my head. Why not check it out? It could be fun. I'm not your dad.